Oh, welcome back. Let's do some scout memories. Oh, we didn't get to S. But we'll do these. So we know there's a 6 here and it's a 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which means these two are guaranteed. There's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which means these are guaranteed. Which means... Nope. Well, that just dictated that. We know that there is a 4 somewhere. Okay, well that kind of dictates that for us. We know that this is somewhere. It is somewhere like that. Means there's a 1 somewhere here. That means this is most likely in a similar situation. Now we know this goes 2, we know that this is 7, we know that there's something here. We know that there's a 1 and a 4 here somewhere. That's going to be the 4, which means that is that, which means we do that. Well, actually no, we know that is the case, because we know that can't be the 1. We know that is the 4, which means one of these two is the 1. That's most likely, no, that's the 1, which means that's the 2. That's the 1. We know that's the 2, there's a 1 in here, which is probably like that. Okay, that's the 2, and that's the 2. That's a 3, and that's a 3. That's a 2, that's the 4. There's a 3 somewhere here. We know that there is a 2, which means that's the 2, which means that's the 3. This is the 3. 1, 2. 2 is somewhere in here, but okay. Bucket that up. Let's do another one. Oh god. So it's 15 by 10. We know that there is a 9, so it's realistically, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bam. We know that there's a 5, a 1, and a 2. We know that there is a 6, so we're just going to... Oh, well, okay, that changes things. That means this is the 4. That's the first 3, which means 4 is somewhere in here, which means these 3 are locked in. We know that's a 2, we know that's a 1, and that's a 1. I'm going to say that's like that. This is the 2. Because they mirror each other. That's the 4, and that's the mirror. Which means that's the 6. We know that there is a 5. We know that there is a 4, so we're just going to go like that. We know that. We're going to get there like that. We know that that is that. We know that there is a 3 and a 2, okay. We know that's the 2, we don't know the 1, we know this is the 4, we know that's a 2, this is a 6, that's the 4, and there's a 3 somewhere in here, which means these two are in the mix, which we connect those to make that the 4, we know that's the 2, that's the 2, which means that's the 2, which means that's the 3, because it goes 1, that's the 2, that means that's the 1, that's the 1, that's the 1, that's the 1. Oh Jesus, okay, let's get back to the main story then. My warm-up has failed me. Okay, so we go to backstage. No. Hmm. Okay, so 8, 7, and 6. So the 7 one means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These three are the guaranteed ones. Technically, 2, 3. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's the same. These two are the guaranteed ones. We know that there is a... That's the middle two. We know that there's a 4 and a 4, so 4 can go either way. Because it could either go up to here, which means it's not those two. 1, 2, 3, 4. We know that there is another 7 down here, which means that's the combination. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, no, it's these 4 are the most likely things. So if we go here, we know there's a 6, which means these two are the most likely, which means we connect them, which is somewhere here, which means that and that. Ooh, we actually know that this is the 3. We know this is a 4, which means that's not that, which means it's this. Okay, so we know that there's an 8 here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we know that there's a 4 grouping here. Realistically, okay, that's the one. I'm gonna... That's the 4. That's the 6. This is the 7. Okay, we know that that's the 3. That's a 2. That's a 2. We know that there's a 1. That can't be there. We know that's a 2. We know that there is a 2 somewhere in here, and a 2 up here. We know that there's a 4, which means this is the 6, this is the... That's the 4, because I'm an idiot. We know that there's a 4 and a 5. The 5 is before that, which means this is most likely... That's the 5. Which means the 1 is somewhere in here, the 4 is somewhere here. We know that's a 3, which means that is the 1. And that's the 4. This is the 7. That's the 4. We know that this is the 3. There is a 2 somewhere here. Realistically, well, that's the 2. The 1 is somewhere here, but we know that there's a 2 here. Which means it's not that, which means that is that. We know that there's this 2, which means that's the 2, that's the 1, and that's the 1. That's the 2. That's the leftover 1. Blood test. Okay, so we got an 11, and there is 10, 11, 10, 11, which means these are the commonalities. There is a 7, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, blank, and this will be the same. So, realistically, we know that there is only a 4 in here, which means we can go 2, actually 1, 2, 3, so it's there, which means all of that is blocked, and then we go 1, 2, 3, and that is blocked. That's all we know. We now know that there is a 6 here, a 5 here, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm an idiot for clicking that. That means we don't... That is awful. Now we know that there is a 1 and a 4. Realistically, that's the 4, which means this is the 4. Which means this is the 2 and this is the 3. So this is the same angle. Okay, so the 5 is somewhere in here, so there's the 5 here, and then we take 2 off there, which means these are the most common ones. We now know this is the 3, we know this is the 2, and we know that is the 1. Which means that's the 5. This is the 4, this is the 3. This is the 2. This is the 5. That's the 4. I'm only doing this based on the pattern. So, we know that there's a 1 somewhere in here. There is still the 11, 10 thing. That means we can eliminate down to that. There is a 4, which means these 3 are still open, which guarantees that that is closed, that is the 1. I thought that was going to be a 3, and I'm an idiot. Okay, we know that this either has that, because we either go here or here, cannot be there, which means actually it's there, because that's the 3. That's the 3, that's the 2, that's the 3, which means that's the 4. This is the 3, that means there's a 7. There is a 1 and 1, which means either one of these. That's the 11, that's the 2, that's the 1. We screwed up this line, because it goes 1, 2. It's just that. Envelope. Okay. Okay. Okay, we will save here, and this will be the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, subscribe as well, then I'll keep up to date. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, bye-bye!